All right, what's up, everybody? Bobby Zeffro here from Coach's Corner. We've got our first ever Coach's Corner athlete feature. Here we've got Grant Hartwig with us, a pitcher for the New York Mets organization. Grant, how you doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having me first off, but I'm doing well. Can't complain.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Thank you for being here. So what were some of you grew up in Canton? What were some of your favorite things about growing up in Michigan, and how do you feel like growing up here maybe benefited you in your sports career?
So first thing for growing up in the Midwest is obviously the winter. A
Yep.
lot of people, I moved down to Florida this off season, so I didn't get a taste of it, but I'm a big believer in, the winter. Winter breeds toughness. It weeds out weak people. So, all the stuff that comes with that, just the toughness and um playing multiple sports because, when uh winter hits, you can't play baseball in the winter unless you play indoor, and there's not too many
Right.
options there. So I think the biggest thing for me was just being able to add versatility, playing different sports. And obviously, like I love where I'm from, love where I grew up, still go back home very often today. But just the people um, and the environment shaped me a lot throughout my journey.
Yeah, and especially October baseball rolls around when it's, 40s, he's like, what,
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
wear shorts. I'm wearing sleeves for that.
Yeah, that's the best part of like when we start the season early when it's cold out, everybody else is cold, and I'm like, this is what I'm used to.
Right, exactly. Like who's got a fan? Almost a little hot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And then so then you played your college ball at Miami of Ohio. You also majored in microbiology and pre-med. How the heck did you manage your time? Because I could barely manage my time as a college student volunteering at a radio station. How could you manage your time being microbiology and pre-med while being a D1 athlete?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said it was easy. I struggled with that my first year of college, trying to make that transition from, being a college athlete is a lot different than being a high school athlete. You got a lot more demands. Schedules are a lot different. But being able to balance that, it took me a little bit to kind of adjust. But really, after my freshman year, kind of figuring out what was important to me and really allocating my time to, think more long term than short term. So it was a lot easier after that, and then just really loving what I did. So it made those sacrifices, maybe on the weekend or the weeknights, it made that a lot easier.
Heck yeah, because it paid off. Because now you are where you are. So
Yeah.
that's saying something for sure. And so in 2022, what a year! You played Class A ball, A plus ball, double A ball, and triple A ball all in the same season. So that's a lot of movement. What was the most challenging thing about that? Thing that might be unexpectedly fun, or something that maybe you thought was unexpectedly easy about, moving around all that much in one year.
Yeah, well, it definitely wasn't easy. But the biggest thing for me was I got to travel a bunch. I spent like it was a wild year. First off, I mean, I spent like a month and a half in Florida in low A, then like a month and a half in high A, then double A, then ended in triple A, and then went to the fall league after that. And it was just a whirlwind of a year. But I think that actually prepared me a lot for the next step, obviously being in AAA and in the major leagues with the travel and hectic schedule and just being able to adapt and kind of just go with the flow and kind of more react to things and not really, you know, freak out too much with change of scenery, just kind of being even more cemented in routines and just trying to be, the best version of myself. But, there's a lot that comes with that. I went from pretty much being a nobody fifth year signed to knocking on the doorstep at the end of the year. So the biggest thing for me was finally seeing all the hard work pay off from college, where I had injuries and obviously COVID was a setback, but seeing all the hard work that I put in during those years finally paying off and coming to fruition that year, it felt really good. But I had help all along the way. I had great people in my corner. I had great coaches, great great advisors, great people around me to allow me to do that and make that transition a little bit easier.
Yeah, and like you said, wouldn't be easy for anybody, but you've handled it like a pro. So yeah, that is awesome to hear. And then so like you said, the support system is very key, but if you could go back 10 to 15 years, give your past self a word of advice to, where you are now, what would that be?
Honestly, I wouldn't have changed a thing. I absolutely love the way I came up. Played multiple sports, basketball, football, baseball. The one key advice that I would give if I was 13 now would be like, don't specialize. Be an athlete, go play other sports, learn different things. Um, a lot more people nowadays are specializing in one sport or not, and you know, that's fine if that's for you. But I think being an athlete and doing multiple things and challenging yourself to do things that you suck at, like that's kind of where the personal growth happens. And the biggest thing for me is have fun. Like I absolutely loved every second of, travel ball growing up, football in high school, basketball, every single second of it. I absolutely loved it. And it's easy to get away from you when things aren't going well and things suck and you're mad and you want to quit or anything like that, but just enjoying it. Like we're out there for fun. It's at the end of the day, it's just a game. Just having fun, enjoying the people you're around, enjoying the people you're with. And I think that'd be the biggest advice I could give.
Heck yeah, enjoy the moment and persevere, even if it sucks. That is a great
Yeah.
message, sir. And then we've got one more question here. What were you looking forward to in your baseball career and just life in general from where you're at right now?
The biggest thing for me was that this has been kind of unexpected. I was planning on going to medical school, and then obviously the opportunity for baseball came along, and I don't really know what the future holds for me. We're kind of just still in that, react and see what happens. But, just put in the hard work and just see how far you can take it, take one day at a time, trying to be the best version of myself. And, whatever happens, happens. I'm absolutely grateful for the opportunities that I've been given and the people that I've met and the journey it's been along the way to get here. But this isn't the end of the journey, like there's still a next step. So, just excited to see where baseball takes me and just, taking it one day at a time and just enjoying the moment.
I love that because there's a lot of athletes that sometimes, take their position for granted, like, oh, I'm pro, like this will always be what it is. But having, that humbleness is very key. And yeah, that is awesome, sir. That is, yeah, we need more people with that kind of attitude, So that is awesome, Grant. All right.
Thank you.
So we've got a couple of soft tosses here for you, like we mentioned. So there's going to be about five soft tosses. Let's see if you can crack them out the park. So we're going to go first one, favorite meal.
Oof. I actually like to cook a little bit.
Okay,
So if
okay.
I'm making myself a meal, I'd say 9 times out of 10, I'm making steak, sweet potatoes, and probably rice. I mean, it's so basic. I
Right,
mean,
right.
I feel like every athlete eats chicken and rice, steak and rice, everything, but like that's my go-to, will not fail. That's absolutely a staple.
There you go, there you go. And we've got a cook in the house. Heck yeah, great skill to have.
Try to.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Favorite season.
Um, Honestly, growing up in Michigan, fall was my favorite season.
Yeah,
Nothing beat, and first football was my first love. So, waking up on a Saturday morning and going to a tailgate or seeing the dew on the field before a midday game, like there's nothing that beats that. Seeing the leaves and being able to go up north and see the scenery there, like fall is just it's unparalleled, I think, up there. And I think it makes Michigan such an underrated state, but just everything that comes with it, cider mills, going to pumpkin patch, corn mazes, apple cider, football. I mean, what else can you ask for?
exactly. What's not to love about Michigan fall, am I right? Like all those
Exactly.
things and more, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, so what was your you had mentioned football before, but what was your favorite sport growing up that wasn't baseball?
It'd have to be football.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
football. I love the contact. I love to hit, maybe a little bit too much to where it got in the way of me playing, but um yeah, football, absolutely. I grew up, that was my first love. Baseball came a little bit later in high school when I started to really understand the game and get an appreciation for the game. Um, and as that game got a little bit more complex, it got a little bit more interesting and more exciting for me. But going back to the younger days, it definitely was football.
Heck yeah, heard that, heard that. We love football up here as you can see.
Absolutely. Run the damn ball.
From the damn ball, yes, sir. And then who would you say was your favorite athlete growing up?
Favorite
A lot of
athlete.
options here.
Oh, I mean, as a football player from Detroit, it's hard not to say Calvin Johnson just
Right,
because he's an
right.
absolute beast. I mean,
Can't stop
the things
Messi,
that he
huh?
did in Detroit, and obviously wish it could have been longer, but I
Right.
mean, just an absolute animal. I think one of probably the best receiver that ever played the game.
Oh yeah.
Absolute joy to watch. Even if they're going 0-16, you're gonna tune in to watch to see what that guy does.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I'll never forget I have like that screenshot of him against Cincinnati Bengals just going up over the three
Yeah,
guys. And then there's always the one clip where they count them all in the frame, like one, two, three, four, you got caught over, you got
yeah.
caught over. So yeah.
Just throw it up into triple coverage. Yeah,
Yep.
down with it somehow.
Yep. Calvin's down there somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then last one. So you're chilling, it's the off season, chilling on your front porch, beautiful day. What beer are you grabbing?
Okay. So off season, I probably have to go with the Coors Light,
Yeah, mountains are
Mountain
blue.
Blue. But if it's in the summer in Michigan, you have to go with Oberon. It's a staple, got
Yep,
to
yep.
Oberon. Yeah. Yeah, you can't find it anywhere else, so the only time I drink it is when I come home, but there's nothing that beats that in the summer.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Well, Grant, thank you so much for your time today. This was fun, a great time. And yeah, we hope to speak to you again. Hopefully, we can get you down to a coach's corner for a game or two.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to it. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the time. And thanks again.
Hey, no problemo. Our pleasure. Bobby Zeffro here with Grant Hartwig on the Coach's Corner Athlete Feature. Signing off.